So fucking standing there.
Hey, Mike, with Encore, can you give me the ability to create a poll so that I can gather everyone's voices?
All right, you are co-host. You should be able to.
Fantastic. Welcome back, everyone. I'm trying to recreate what's happening in the room right now.
We're going to be moving around in the afternoon, so don't unpack.
I don't see it here though. I don't think polls are set up for this room. Do you see this? Usually it shows up on the bottom here. I don't see it. You see what I mean? It's not here. It's not available to me. Okay. Thank you, Mike.
All right, you're welcome. I'm gonna see if I can help from here too.
No, it's okay. Once it's set up in the background, I've done this before. Once it's set up, you can't go back in and change it once people are in the room. I don't believe. If you can, that would be fantastic, but I doubt it. It's in the main frame.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
All right.
I think I might need the room to kind of help me a little bit. So welcome back, everyone. This is Latasha Tisdale, and I have a request of everyone. There are 2 pages that are on the that are in the chat, and that is what has already occurred live in the room. I'd like to try to find a way for you to have the same experience and vote on the items that the top 4 that you would pick on those 15 items that are in those in that section. So in chat, if somebody could, if people could in chat, you don't see any documents in chat? Okay, I'll drop them again. Okay. I'll drop them again. One moment.
Oh, good afternoon, everyone. I hope you. Everyone, my name is Rafia Sack. I'm the DI manager for the Department of Transportation. And my why is essentially, I just want to make a difference in our communities, state government, and my name is Krista Peterson. I'm Chief of Policy at the Department of Health, and I'm here because I volunteered to run the mic. But I don't have a lot of HR background. So this has been a really helpful conversation to me because all of these priorities are priorities for me. So,
I just have your pen.
That's very good. I am here representing the security department. And my why is because I believe in this work, and I think this is the work that needs to be done for us all. Hello everyone, and I'm Sally. So I'm here both for work, for OFM, and also at the I'm loving myself, you know, and just hoping that for the world. Just to not only benefit my own, Hi everyone, I'm Emily Beck, Deputy Director at OFM. Thanks for letting me jump in. I wasn't here earlier in this session, but my why is because I believe with every fiber of my being that we not only can do better, but that we have to do better in these spaces. So thank you for being here. I am here as a community advocate. I want to see that things are done in a fair and equitable way for all folks who are involved. I want to make sure that our legislation is doing things in the appropriate manner and making sure that the burden is
Ava, come in. You're here, come in. Ava, I can keep doing it. Ava, all day.
and
I do this all day.
get those out and make sure that we don't have this revolving door of this uncertainty when it comes to employment.
So my name is Mary Beth, and I'm the CIO for ESD. And it's really important to me that we support a diverse workforce, especially in IT. I'd like to see more diversity in the gender. It's primarily male dominated. I'd like to see more females. I'd like to see more cultures and backgrounds supported in IT, and how I can support that. I am leaning on the input that you're providing today. So to understand.
Maureen Burroughs again. I'm here from ESD. I think the why that you said about your kids, like it resonates with me. I have 2 kids. They're 1 and 3, so they're really young. And I also think about my nieces and nephews and all the young people that are like, I think about the future generations, and I am here for change, and I'm here to be a part of that systemic change because I want to see things better way before my kids are old enough to experience that change. Like I want to do it more now. Let's not wait until they're old enough to be into the workforce. Yes, that's why I'm here.
Hi, I'm Sue Richards. I work at OFM State HR and I am a workforce data analyst. So I am the one that publishes all the dashboards, all the dashboards that are on OFM's website. So go check them out. Go to OFM, type in virtual data center, and you'll come up with all of the dashboards. I have some teammates that also publish them as well. It's not just me. I'm here because I enjoy working with HR data. It's fun. So this is part of my world.
I'm Robin Vasquez. I work at the Healthcare Authority as the Employee Resources Director. Employee Resource Director. Yeshiva Friends. And my why is sort of twofold. I have kids also, and I've had a lot of privileges, right? I've had a lot of advantages in my life. And so I don't worry about my kids having opportunities. I want to make sure that other kids have the same opportunities that my kids do. And I don't want to waste what I've been given. I want to use it for that.
Hey everyone, my name is Kristen Caffin. I'm from the Washington State Department of Veterans Affairs. I'm the equity officer there, and I'll bring some levity. Why I'm here is because I wandered into the wrong room. I'm actually supposed to be in the elephant in the room meeting, but I thought it was like the lady conference where you just kind of go from room to room, and then Sue said I could stay, and I said, okay, Sue, thank you.
I'm Coral, and I work at the Workforce Training and Education Coordinating Board, but saying that I'm a representative is like scary for me, so I just work there. I want to move forward to the department and education as well. I'd like to learn more about
Pat McGregor, I'm the lead diversity consultant for Washington State Patrol. My why, I spent 23 years in education. I worked 13 of those in a Native American school. One of those students became our daughter, Northern Arapaho. My son is biracial. Spent my other years as a principal, moving equity forward in our schools in a predominantly white community. And I just want to see those opportunities for those kids. I want to see it for them. So.
Kim Mackey. I'm also with Washington State Patrol. I'm the recruitment and retention officer. And Wendy will introduce herself, but our work is really in tandem. My job is to diversify our workforce. So that's part of why I'm here. But the other part is I've always been interested in access. So DEI work is important, but I think without access, the work doesn't necessarily have an action point to it. And I say that generally, but I think access kind of adds that next step to the work we're doing. I think about when I was younger, I wish I had known about some accessible resources from the state and federal government and other entities, but I didn't know that much. And so I just wonder, what would I do if I had known those things? And I hope that through work I'm doing, that not only in my job, but in my personal life, that there won't be young people who wonder later, oh, I didn't know that was there, what was there for me? So that's what I'm doing.
Hi, I'm Amal Dipri. I'm the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Officer of the Washington State Patrol. And I'm here because this is a big part of what I do at my work, finding barriers and finding inequities at the workplace and working to create a space of inclusiveness and belonging That's what I do. And I'm very passionate about it at a personal level as well, because I believe that we are in that very important space in the society where it's been a long and hard fought battle. And we've reached this stage where we are having summits like these, we're having conversations like this, and we're talking about breaking the barriers that nobody really talked about before. So I believe it's a big privilege to be doing this work, and that's what I'm doing.
Hello again, my name is Cheyenne Felices, and I'm part of the ESD HR team. Why I'm here? Well, because for one, I want to learn more. But also, just like all of the different stories that you've shared, and I kind of admire. I'm learning from so much of everything that you are all sharing. So I want to be able to share that with my team as well. So that's what I'm here.
Hello, my name is Tim Church. I'm an assistant director for LNI. And I'm here, I would say, because it's just it's an important issue to me. It's an important issue to the community I live in, and it's a priority for my agency. I have the responsibility sometimes to hire people and manage people and direct people. And I just feel like this is a topic that you can never know everything. It's just a constant learning, and this is a learning opportunity.
Hi, Brian Meyer. I work with Robin at the Healthcare Authority as part of the training team. I do leader development consultation as well as the onboarding for new people coming into the Healthcare Authority. So trying to get the right culture and trying to get the right understanding of what we need to be doing and what we need to be working on is what I would like to try and learn more about.
Good afternoon. My name is Latasha Tisdale. My why is because I've been supporting this work for 25 years as an administrative assistant behind the scenes, and now I'm the DEI Innovations Manager for State OFM HR, 2 months in, I believe, 2 months old. And I'm, this is my passion. This is what wakes me up in the morning and keeps me up at night. So one of the things I would love to, for the virtual audience, if there are 2 people or so that would like to share their why, turn off your mic and share. Go ahead. Anyone? No takers? Oh, there we go. Go ahead.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth Gordon from the Governor's Committee on Disability Issues and Employment. And my why is that I'm really passionate about access and inclusion and belonging for everybody to have access to opportunities and especially employment. So I'm excited to be here.
We're excited to have you. Anyone else in the virtual room want to share?
Hi, I'm Morgan Farrell. I work at one of the RHCs in Yakima for the Developmental Disabilities Association, and I'm passionate about this work. I am our EDI committee of 1 at our facility, and I'm trying to get more involvement in Eastern Washington and kind of prioritize this work in all of the different agencies, but specifically, I think sometimes people forget about the 24/7 facilities and RHCs in Eastern Washington. So trying to kind of be that liaison.
Thank you so much for your work. Thank you for being here. Anyone else? Thank you. So I just want to say one more time to the virtual room, since you can hear me and we have everybody, the room is relatively quiet, so you can hear me clearly. I want you to go ahead and look at the 2 pages that you have in the chat. They are the exact replica that we have in our room. I took a photograph of what's on the wall, and you have what they have in real time. So the goal is for you in chat, if you could please type your top 4 so I can place the stars on the wall for you. That would be fantastic, because we want you to have the same experience, as close to the same experience as everybody else in the room. So if you could do that now, that would be great.
And I also want to share her why this is for, and I will provide a space for her to share her why. I think for me, similar to many of you, it is personal because of family, because of relatives. It is personal because of myself. I am a veteran, disabled, immigrant, Latina. And I have been given the privilege to be at the table to elevate voices to make change. It's not something I take lightly. You probably hear in my voice, it gets like emotional because I feel the weight on my shoulders. I do this with proud. And I try to create a space for those who don't have the ability to be at the table. So I'm gonna stop right there. That's my why.
Laura, and just thank you for the question. Like as I was thinking about what my own why was, I started to get this is the reason why we get out of bed. I think this is the reason why I keep showing up. And rather than, because my why is very similar to a lot of people, I was thinking about it and I can't help but like look at the people in the room. And so I want to tell you a quick story about my why for this particular work. I started in the state government in August of 2007. Alvina, I think you started in September of 2007. So we started a month apart. Theo was already there, but she was relatively new to state government. But I had just moved here. I'd been living and working in Mexico for 2.5 years before that. And to be able, I thought I had a bachelor's degree, I had experience in management. I had, because I'd worked through college, I had what I thought was a pretty decent resume for an entry-level job. And I probably applied for easily over 100 jobs because I had no job. So I had plenty of time and I was applying. I couldn't get an interview to most places. The places where I finally did get an interview, if you hear me speak right now, it was amazing how many times I got asked if I spoke English because my previous work experience was in Mexico. I was asked, when I was legally authorized, even though I had shared that I had, grown up in Washington State, just the number of experiences. And I say this knowing that I'm a person of relative privilege with light skin who is native to the U.S. who does not have what people here would consider the same. And even because of that, I was still felt that I was experiencing barriers to be able to. And then when I finally did start at DOT, I was ecstatic to be able to finally have a job with benefits to be making a living wage. And when we got there, I don't know how many people thought Alvina and I were the same person. We constantly got mistaken for the same person. To this day, people will say like, "Oh, Alvina and Rebecca." They clumped us together because they would thought we were one. Independent, like it was such an interesting experience because even after I got my foot in the door, it was one of the worst experiences in my life and one of the best experiences in my life. When people talk about the difference between inclusion and belonging, I never felt like I belonged in a workplace the way I did. Like there was a belonging sense of like, these are my people, I feel understood, I feel seen. And yet at the same time, when the three of us were together, we were dangerous to other people, to the point where there was a letter written to the Secretary of Transportation about why we didn't deserve to be here. And so when just this experience of that recognition that these barriers that we're talking about, these barriers are real that people are facing. And then once you get into the door, we talk about you cannot just talk about recruitment. Recruitment and retention have to go together because if it wouldn't have been for these people, I would not be here 6 years later. And so I think about that too, because if I did not have that belonging there, I would have been over there easily the first ever opportunity that I got. And so when we do this work for me, it is not just for me, because I'm now in a place where I do feel like I belong. I do feel like I have that opportunity and the immense like power to live in my position to be able to make a change. But how many other people have those same experiences that are not in this room, that are not in this meeting? And so as we speak here, as we talk about this, this is more than just coming up with the measures today. This is every day when I show up. And I talked to Candace before we go for lunch, and I'm so glad she's here because one of the things that we need to realize too many of us are in this, right? Like how hard is it for us to understand what the food of their there's a TED talk about what it means
for access, like we're at a restaurant. And we have the open side, you can see it, on the side. So we don't understand all the people outside the restaurant or see it inside. Because for us, we're already paid in the inside. So as we do this work, what I want to share instead of my talk is just to say, this is the beginning, or this is the tip of the iceberg, but so much of this is dependent on finding more people on campus and saying, what are people experiencing? What are people really experiencing? Because we can come up with these measures, but we don't really understand what the need is unless we bring people who are experiencing the problem and who are so with that, I know we're still pulling on, but what we're going to do right now, this is both going with so we're going to come up with what are our top 4 measures that we want to do the work on. When we have those, we're going to list them out. And we're going to assign those to each table. So here in the physical room, we'll have different instructions. In the physical room, each table will be a designated measure, and you will pick up and move to the table that you want to work on, and that'll be the work session. What I would say is, if you are here with your partners, going back and experiencing discomfort, try not to be the same group as your with the same agency, try to diversify your voice and be able to send it. And the goal is to have this work on your organization in different measures. And so we'll be doing that shortly. There are any questions before we move on to say what I will say just a bit.
Marshall. There is no 9. Somebody picked 9, so I'm gonna.
So they're just gonna have 9. I'm just a big fan of polka dots.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Cole.
I forgot we have one thing to do before we jump into that work. The most important thing. We need to come up with a team name. Yes. So for some people, this is going to be the most fun of your day. For others, this is going to feel like the biggest waste of time of your day. But it can be fun, and we are going to introduce ourselves. We're going to do a report out of our top 4 measures, or like one of our 4 measures that we think is the most important to share with the governor. He's coming back. So we're going to do a report out in the afternoon, and we're going to have to share our team name. So if you know the governor, he will probably enjoy creative team. So an example of that would be Equity Champions. Very definitely give us a favor. So I'm going to just open this up for, well, Tasha keeps telling to just say, if anybody has suggestions on team names, this is just going to be a like facilitated kind of an open play. And if we can, for those in the virtual room, if you want to just put something out in the chat, if you have an idea, and then we can take that and we can do a quick vote as well. Sorry, I brought that on you.
People are pulling out their thesauruses.
The board. Oh, equitable apples.
Equitable apples. Oh my. Okay.
There you go.
Maybe because there's pears.
All right.
Where the apples? Okay. What was equity buddies? Oh my. Oh.
Yeah.
The state fair.
Belonging without limit.
Belonging without limit. So we have one from the chat called the state fair.
State fair.
Yeah.
State fair or state pear?
Not pear, fair.
Okay. F-A-I-R.
F-A-I-R. The state pear is actually pretty clever too. Very clever. Y'all are getting clever in here. So what was it? I'm trying to type this into chat. So there's equitable apples. I got that one. Equity buddies. Okay.
Belonging without limit. State fair and state.
All right, so because I know there are
Equity flow.
Equity flow.
Belonging beyond differences. I love equity buddies.
Belonging what beyond differences?
Yep, belonging beyond differences. Operation inclusion. Yeah. Hope I didn't miss anybody in chat.
Bears. How about the pear bears?
Oh, the pear bears. Ooh. Pear bear stare. Okay. I almost put that in the chat. Pear bears. Big in the pear bears. People are starting to like more.
All right, we're gonna give you all a couple of minutes to marinate on this. So we're gonna come back to it in case people have more ideas, and then we'll do a vote before we end. Okay. So if in any time you have one that you want to add, then you just want to say that one. So, all right. So do we have the tally? Do we have the top four?
I have one more vote that came in that I need to get on the wall. Or could I just call it out? Just give me 1 second. It came in a little bit later. Hang on, let me get it. 1, 3, there's 5 on this. 1, 3, 10. Is somebody using the marker?
Got it.
Okay. 1, 3, 10, 11.
Okay.
Were the top 4 from Letty.
Top 4. It's like anticipation.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Improving hiring practices. Create equity tool for all new hires and appointments. Increase DEI training for all. There. And identify and focus on improvement of demographics for new hires and internal movement and the employment status. All right, so now what we're going to do, if you want to work on improving hiring practices, it is this table right here. If you want to work on creating an equity tool for all new hires and appointments, it is this table right here. If you want to work on increasing DEI training for all
peers, I see that.
It's that table right there.
Pear bears.
And if you want to identify and focus on improvement of demographics of new hires, etc., it is the table in the corner over there.
And then Tasha, for this, can we create 4 breakout rooms? I'll give the instructions before we send folks in the breakout rooms.
If so, I have no communication with anybody at that point. They will just do their own thing.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see here. One moment, please.
Okay, so before, actually, yeah, we'll do it so it's the same for people in the room. Before we
Can
go to
I
breakout room, so just
breakout?
if you need to write it down so you don't forget, I get us the right numbers in my hands all the time for that reason. We are going to, when we go into our tables, each table is going to become a work group where you are going to work on what is our measure, what is the metric or metrics that we believe we should track to be able to measure that. A metric is something that you can do like percentage of, increase by, number of, so it's something that is measurable. If you have a question around, does that data exist in state government?
Wonderful.
You can ask your table, or if not, Sue is also a wizard at that and can help you identify, oh, is that something that we have? Because that will be helpful for us to know, like, is this something that we can measure, or is that something that we can look to see where could we reasonably get data to be able to measure? So for example, let's choose one. Increase, since we're not going to be working on this, increase WMS and exempt leaders by demographic. A way we could measure that, so a metric would be the percentage of people of color in WMS positions. Another metric might be the percent increase of
no, this is
part. So those are the ways that you would write down the metrics. And so we're going to be just working on, again, on the sheet of paper. So you should all have one. If you want to identify when you get there, you're going to identify who's your scribe that can write it down. Don't feel like you need to start writing ahead of time because you'll be doing some brainstorming and you'll have a certain amount of time for this. But what are the things up to 4 measures or for that, or up to like 4 metrics? You can pick more than one basically. But what are the different things that you think you should be measuring to be able to understand, are we improving the hiring practices? What things do we need to measure to understand, are we improving the hiring practices for blank and yes. Yes. So that table over there, I swear because there's like no numbers, so sorry. Improving hiring practices, creating an equity tool for all, increasing DEI training, identify and focus on improvement of demographic framework. All right, any questions before you get up and move to your table? Yes, Jennifer.
How am I going to get information? The other groups too.
So we're going to share this out. We're going to compile all of it and we're going to share it out because this is going to be our thing. And then we're not going to spend the whole time on this. So before we end, we're going to share it out to the whole group too. We're going to identify what's the one that we think we want to share with the governor in the report out and who wants to be the lucky or unlucky person who shares with the governor in the public report. I did that, like I volunteered to be a facilitator so I don't have to stage thing. So yeah, so we're going to do all that at the end. Does that make sense? Okay. All right, so now time to move around, pick your new table, and then just know the wording, you have the freedom to change it a little bit if you start to realize like improving hiring practices. For who, for what? So you may want to add something to it. Yeah.
Same here. This is going to be 2 of us. That'll be fun. Sorry, I'm like in my own world. Good. You. Hello.
Jasper, Employment Security Department. Coral, Workforce Force.
Makayla.
She's calling somebody over, not calling us her name.
So I can do breakout rooms. So I have the ability to do that.
Breakout rooms, and
What
then
would you like them to do?
well, if no, and sometimes you can do breakout rooms where they choose which one
I don't
they
want to
go
report
to,
out at all.
and then they can write.
I don't mind reporting out to the.
If I were, I can, so.
Okay, if not, just
No,
assign
here we
one.
can, well, I'm not assigning, but let me.
Thinking just if we do like 4 breakout rooms, then they could like work on the same thing. Unless we have a different Padlet, but.
How do I? Okay, so let me see here.
Ends at 2:30. Ends at 2:30, sorry. So they need notes. Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So within that same block.
All right.
What's the name of the website?
Could we have everybody go on, please?
Yeah, that. Then it shows your password and stuff like that. To get on Zoom, you gotta keep clicking. It's like you gotta click. And one there.
We're still. Or employment status full-time part-time. It combined 2. So it's the like this last one, and then we added the 1, 2, 3, 4. Identify and focus on improvement of demographics for new hires, internal movement, and for employment status, full-time, part-time, and seasonal.
So what do you mean by the employment status group?
I think they're talking about those categories, the full-time, part-time. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So that's in parentheses, sorry. Yeah, just to not leave out. And I think sometimes we often just focus on full-time employees and don't always consider part-time and seasonal workers.
I need to stop this just for a second. So for this virtual space, what are you doing at this table? What are you doing? What is the ultimate goal so I can tell them what to do? What is it that you're doing?
Oh.
We are determining
measures and then metrics.
4 metrics.
Yeah, 4 metrics. So what are we going to measure for this thing?
Okay, what are we measuring?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
For internal movement as well.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Focus on demographics.
Yeah, internal movement.
Improving demographics. Okay.
That would be, that's going from.
Okay, virtual room. I know what to do. Just give me one moment. I'm setting up breakout rooms.
Which agency are you? Okay. So I have, it's very complex.
Okay, this is Latasha again. Thank you all for being so patient. I was just asked to set up 4 breakout rooms, so I just did. 1 will be called Improve Hiring Practices. The second one is Create Equity Tool for New Hires. The third one is Increase DEI Training. And the 4th one is Improving Demographics. You will get to choose which room you want to go into. And what we are looking for are, what can you measure? A list of what can be measured.
They do.
For each, for each metric that we're going to report on. So how do we measure each metric? I hope this is helpful. I'm going to go ahead and open the rooms. Feel free, you should be able to select your breakout room. You go to the bottom of your screen.
What is reference? What orientation section?
There are 4 rooms that are open. I see people going into them now. And what you're doing is you're checking to see, you're going to report back saying, this is how we're going to measure this. How are we going to measure this metric?
If you want to inside the demographic, yeah. But right, it is always optional.
I appreciate everyone's flexibility. Pick the room that you'd like.
I think it's
come back and let us know a list of how we will measure.
I think it's a issue of the.
So how do we get to the list of the rooms? Okay, so at the bottom of your screen, there should be some prompt, and I believe Mike with Encore, if you're the technical support person, if you're in the room, can you help people know how to find out how to get to their breakout room if they have not done this before?
So you want to look at some of the demographics.
Yeah, so if you look the bottom of your screen, you will see a 3-dotted option that says more. If you click on that, you'll get the option for breakout rooms. So on the right side of your screen, the right bottom side of your screen, 3-dotted line that says more.
Please select your own breakout room now.
A lot was not being asked to our counterparts. If that makes sense.
Thank you. Keep selecting.
Sorry. So,
no, you're fine.
I'm also wondering, like, is this data from a study of the state, or
it's a personal data? So we go around and we start to understand, and we get the privilege to really talk to folks who are leaving because of the inequity.
Anybody who is still in this room, are you having a hard time selecting?
Just trying to get some.
Go ahead and come off of Mike if you are.
I'm here.
Not you, Mike. I mean, okay, now people are doing it. We've got Nicholas and Nash Frazier. They haven't selected their rooms yet. There we go.
Assistant director.
There we go.
But you are coming across everything that you are doing. You are the counterpart. So you are being challenged more on the work.
There we go. Ryan, do you need help selecting your room?
Ryan is with us.
Okay, sorry. And so then we have Nicholas Buchanan.
To get out of with certain correct. If you go to a certain department, they want to be underneath of someone else. That would be a little bit more equitable to work with.
Do you need help selecting a room, Nicholas? I can help you.
Maybe the state needs assistance for state employees and them.
Can you take yourself off mute, Nicholas?
Something that can go out to those former employees just to get a service done.
Hi, this is Kasha. Which room would you like to go into? Improving hiring practices? Would you like to go to, just tell me where you want to go. Hang on a second. Create equity tool, increase DEI training, or improve demographics.
I'll go to create equity tool, please.
You know what? There's only one there's nobody in that room, so I don't want to send you a room by yourself.
Okay, I'll do the DEI trainings and
Okay,
DEI training.
I got you. I'll put you right there.
Okay, thank you.
Take it out, just say
you're welcome.
Focus on demographics.
I think, because we have to describe and define improvement.
Yeah.
Like my agency, one of the things I'm working on is somebody held a
Do we have everybody?
Representation of,
we did it, y'all.
Commissioned officers.
They will be in breakout rooms for a little while. I'm going to put myself on mute.
Right.
You have to report out Wednesday. Done at 2:30. So again, going back to that expecting and expecting.
If you can hear me, we have 4 breakout rooms. Please feel free to join one of them. If you need my help joining that, we have improved hiring practices. We have increased DEI training, and we have improving demographics. Which one would you like to join, please? Makaya, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. So if you could let me know which breakout room you want to join, I will move you in there.
I don't even know which breakout rooms are even an option. I just hopped on.
Okay, so the options are: one, improve hiring practices.
Okay.
Two will be increase DEI training.
Yeah, I'll do that one.
Okay, I will move you.
Thank you.
Mhm. Hello, Tashawn, can you hear me? Tashawn, can you hear me, please?
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, you're talking to Tashawn? They're still connected to audio. They're not fully connected.
They're not fully connected. All right. So how do we communicate with her to get her in the room?
That means our labor.
They may not know how to fully connect. So once they are fully connected, I'll try to get them in the room.
Okay, all right.
Right. And at this point, it might be to their, you know, they might just need to wait here for everybody to return.
Okay, all right.
Or when they arrive, we can just assign them to a room because they're only going to come in at the tail end anyway.
Okay, all right. I can do that. I can just assign them randomly.
But one of the things that really came up in this group was how do we measure the quality or the effectiveness of the training? And so we had a hard time coming up with a metric for that, other than maybe a perception survey, something that measures their perception. And, you know, because it's built and how we know that we built something. So that was one of the action items to build a system. And then some other one, and I want to share one, but build an evaluation system that actually supports DEI growth too, so that there's accountability around everybody of what we want to see in an agency. So those were two of ours.
Hey everyone, we had number 14, identify and focus on improvement of demographics for new hires, internal movement, and for employment status, full-time, part-time, and seasonal. And we have this like handy dandy sheet that had a lot of really good ones on there for us. So we mostly took the ones from number 3, the percentage of staff in each employment. We knew we had to do 4, so we condensed race and ethnicity to be a race/ethnicity. And then at the end of it, we wanted to compare those demographics to the labor force of Washington to make sure that we're being represented in the state.
So ours was improving the hiring practice number 1 with 3 metrics. The first, percentage of agencies tracking demographic data, for example, diversity of people. The percent of agencies tracking applicant employee data, and the percent of agencies that have assessed their qualification requirements, certificates or licensure or not. And then we did talk about an action around analyzing the data and assessing the impact of these practices on increasing the diversity of table groups.
Yeah, I want to check in with the virtual room really quick. They were in their chat rooms. I want to check in to see if there's a group that wants to talk about metrics or actionable items on any of their topics. If there's somebody that would like to share, please let me know. Come off of mute and then I'll get the microphone and then I'll have someone share.
Hi, this is Cecilia Hayes. I am the Equity, Social Justice, and Engagement practitioner at King County. And so I'm happy to be here with you all today. We talked about training and the ways in which we can do measurements with training. And one of the things that I brought forward was the way that we do it in my department at King County. I'm in executive services, and we're about a tick under 1,000 people, I think, and across 8 different divisions, all with very diverse lines of business. And one of the things that we've done is organized a 90-day equity and social justice onboarding for new employees that is separate from the onboarding that they get when they come in through human resources, because this onboarding is scheduled and co-created by the senior leadership in the divisions, as well as their change teams. We have equity and social justice change teams in each of our 8 divisions, and they come up with a portfolio of engagements, lessons, one-on-ones, videos, meetings that each of our new employees have to accomplish within a 90-day period. They get 90 days to do this. And the first item in that list is a welcome video that is probably between 2 and 4 minutes long from the division director, not only welcoming them to the division, but stating from the head of that work group how important this work is and the role that equity and social justice should play in that person's work at the point where the work is being done, which is different from having it come down from, quote, on high from a policy perspective. They expect it to be applied at the point where the work is being done, and they decide what that means and how it operates. In addition to the onboarding video, we also have an online course that we developed during the pandemic called Equity and Social Justice Fundamentals, which really goes over all of the same baseline information and definitions that were being spoken about earlier, so that we know that our folks are getting off on the right foot. They have the right foundation, and then they have people to talk to, because each of the divisions also has a lead ESJ practitioner who can answer questions, point them in the direction of resources and additional information if they need it, and really help to support their onboarding to our understanding of equity and social justice practices in a way that will help them succeed.
Wonderful. Did you have, oh no, did you have anything else to report out?
Other people?
No, just you, just for now.
Oh, just for now. Well, yeah, I'm just really happy to be here, and very glad to be able to get ideas and inspiration and to share a little bit too. Thank you.
You did a fantastic job. I just want everybody in the virtual platform, if you feel comfortable, to go on camera just briefly. I appreciate everyone being here. And I just want to say
hi.
Hi, yeah, hi.
I'm Cecilia.
Hi. Yeah, so I'm coming on camera just briefly to say hello. Hello.
Hi. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank
and
you
you've done a great
much,
job.
Everyone, for being flexible. Hi, everybody. For being flexible with this platform. It was one lady on a laptop, so I appreciate y'all being flexible. And so if you have any other items that you shared, if there's somebody that could place it in chat, that would be great. And then I will work with the IT team. I know you're listening to me, to capture the chat, so that way I can memorialize it. Thank you so much, virtual team. I appreciate everyone for your full participation. How many people are in the room at the moment?
35.
Fantastic. Thank you all so much for your participation.
Thank you, Tasha. I know it's not easy trying to manage, especially like with, let's see what it looks like when we get here. So, and I mean, this is a really good example of access and belonging. We're going to explore what a hybrid workforce looks like, and how we create kind of people experiences for those of us who are physically in the room and for those who are virtually in the room. So it's a good opportunity to practice and to take lessons learned and to improve for future ones. So just to recap what we shared today, we got a lot of work done in a very short amount of time, and we know it's not done. We know that we're going to continue to work on this. So we're going to take what the virtual room shared, we're going to merge those with what we built in the physical room, and we're going to share those out back with the Office of Equity. So we'll have those, but we know that they're not done. They're not live. They'll continue to work through, especially the action items, because we're not the only voices that need to build this as well. We are great voices, but we will get more perspectives, more opinions on what will the action items look like, and then how do we operationalize this. So thank you to everyone for the work that you did contribute today. Huge thank you to Sue and to Flora and to Tasha and to Shayun, who are also here from State HR helping capture the work, who are taking really copious notes to make sure that we can carry this out in State HR as well. Tasha, again, for all the work you've done to help ensure that the virtual room has a similar experience to what we can have as well. And Flora, just all your work leading this team and making sure that this happened. It couldn't have happened without everyone here. What we're going to do now, if you haven't had a chance to vote, you can. It looks like right now the pair bearers are.
It looks like the pair bearers are in the lead. I put all the votes for the virtual room on the wall.
10 minutes is to identify, and we're just going to do a simple hand vote. So virtually, if you can raise your hand, and in the room, we're going to pick which of the 4 measures we want to present
And then we're gonna pick who we think should present. And then just for time's sake, once we have those two, then we'll work with that person to get that person prepped to present to the governor in the bigger room. So if you can raise your hand, and Tasha, you can help me calculate the virtual room. If you think based on what you've heard, if the improving hiring practice is the measure that we want to highlight for the governor, raise your hand. Okay. If creating an equity tool for all new hires and appointments is the measure that you want to present, raise your hand. Seven plus. How many virtual did you get?
For which one? For the first one?
The second one. If you think increasing DEI training for all, increasing DEI training.
Release a little. I need you to move your hand.
No, just one. And if you want to present, identify and focus on improvement of demographics for new hires, raise your hand.
Not very many people in virtual are participating on this part, so I don't know.
And if you don't know how to raise your hand in the virtual,
that might be it. It's difficult for them to hear. They can't hear anything.
Oh.
So that's why.
Okay.
Okay, we're 15 minutes out. Okay, yeah, they couldn't hear that portion very well. They couldn't. They can't hear that very well. So let me.
All right, we're going to do a virtual vote one more time. Improving hiring practices.
Okay, so hang on, virtual folks. I'm going to do this. I'm just going to speak right into this really quickly. So it's improving hiring practices. Raise your hand if that's what you want us. We're picking our top one that we're going to report out to the governor in 15 minutes. Improving hiring practices. Count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Second one is create an equity tool for new hires and appointments. Count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The third one is increase DEI training for all. Count down in 5, 4, 3. Ooh, look at all y'all. 2, 1. Last one is identify and focus on implementing an improvement of demographics for new hires and internal movement. Count down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, virtual room. I appreciate you.
All right, so based off of what we heard in the room plus the virtual room, it is going, we have chosen increased DEI training.
as the one that we're
Okay. So we're the Pear Bears. That's our team name, and we have chosen improve DEI training for all as what we're going to report out to the governor.
Presents to the governor. You can see you are not interested in presenting to the governor. You can leave them. But before we do that, we just want to do like one quick, and in the virtual room, hopefully you can hear me, just one word share out of how you're feeling after this process. And I know for me, like one word is always hard, but if you can stick to one or three, but not like sentences, just how you're feeling right now, and then you can go through the room real quick. My hope is
Encouraged. Thank you, virtual room. Say it. Take yourself off mute and just say the word. One word checkout.
Energized.
How about anybody from community and public safety who were on site? Anybody want to share out from that group?
I'm not sure who was from where. I'm not, who's speaking?
Collaborative.
I don't know who that was. Anybody else?
No.
Non-closure. Ooh, that's a good word. Hopeful, fantastic. We've got encouraged, energized, onward, Pear Bear stare, fantastic, hopeful, Pear Bear hug to all. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you for taking the time. Thank you for staying engaged, leaning in, and just all of your and expertise and experience and wisdom.
Thank you, virtual room. We are going to start transitioning over to the large room for the report out to the governor. We appreciate your participation.
I just feel like I don't want to do it.
What did I just walk this?
Oh, that's did great. Thank you. If you feel like they belong here.
You did well.
Good job. Well, we didn't know what we're stepping into, so I brought my laptop. I didn't even know I was supposed to bring my laptop. Yeah. Feel free. Those were here when we got here, so you take what you need. I'm glad I brought my laptop. That's all I'm gonna say.
So you really did just leap in and figure it out?
Yeah.
This wasn't the plan. Okay.
Well, the plan was they needed support for virtual, and I raised money for that, and that's it. So
just then figure it out.
Yeah, we figured it out. Yeah, I think
you don't have like a screen or something.
No, there's no screen. I know. So it'll be, you can give them that feedback.
Well, it seems like they need to catch up.
Well,
this is the way it's working now, right? Hybrid.
Yes. Yes. So I definitely would give that feedback, and I to the people who put it on. We were just here to try our best to support. I know, you know, they're definitely, as far as accessibility, I know for sure we could do better, but I know that we did our best. We really did our best.
But you know, if there were a screen in the setup, that could have been hooked up. We could have all seen them.
Yes.
They'd have been seeing us with an owl or something.
Right. I know.
Presume the convention center has the technology.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would imagine so. Yes.
Okay, that will be some feedback.
Yes.
Okay. But you did an amazing job considering all that.
Thanks. You have a great day.
Yeah, you too.
Okay. You doing, Mike? We're going to close this meeting room in a few minutes, right? I need to make sure I capture the chat.
Because then you come for lack of better say property things.
I would hear.
That is some of the things that I do.
I was in the school district. I went with my team. Her team was Zoom versus
So.
Hey. Yeah.
Okay, let's see, Mike. We're going to go ahead and start closing down this room. So if anybody who's left in the room, go ahead and log off. And we're going to start I'd like to memorialize the chat if at all possible.
So yes, we can save the chat and
to the at least send it to I will put it in chat because we want the whole thing.
Okay.
And then
so at the end of the meeting, Ryan will drop the folder in here and I'll put everything there.
Well, I have to, are you going to drop the folder in chat or?
Yes, Ryan will drop the folder in chat for me to put the
okay, great. I'll just wait here then.
Okay, all right.
Picture schedule. Second 2 minutes. I don't know what Troll's doing. Although I like one. Leadership training. And I had to remind them of the launch. We don't. Started. Stand around so much. The group just criticize. So okay, so that was just part of what we do.
I'll see you.
Love it.
I love it. So I can hear my computer. I can't even use it. Oh, Cecilia Hayes.
Really random question. I know you're asking. Did we figure it out that payment email for that?
I think so. I think so. They said they sent it, but I sent space. So space said thank you. Here, let me check something really quick.
We never paid.
I'm not sure what. I think yes, they did. They sent in an invoice in August. So, hang on one second. Mike with Encore. Are you still there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, wonderful. Did you drop what you needed to drop in chat?
Okay, so it's not going to come here. They just sent me a folder in our comms to drop everything. So I'm going to send it to Ryan, and then I think Ryan will share those with you.
Okay, let me.
So
I'll message Ryan.
Exactly.
And then I will give him my email.
Awesome. All right. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate your support.
Yeah, thank you too. So do you want me to close it out?
Don't close it yet. Okay. You know how I am now. Don't close it yet.
I'm gonna leave it till you give me the GO. So
I was like, don't you close the door? No, yeah, leave it open.
Let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna step out to get a pen drive real quick, so I'll be right back.
Okay, I emailed Ryan.
Awesome. Okay.
So tell him it's in the email.
Okay.
I'll email you too. And so how about this? You can close it when you write down my email.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Look, I know I'm not always easy to work with. I'm like, hold on. They weren't ready for me. Okay.